Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning January 11th, 2016. This week I'm going to be using the Archangel Gabriel deck by Doreen Virtue, and of course pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color Oracle deck by Inna Segal. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, be sure to get in line. I'm going to leave the wait time as it is for right now at least, but just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page. And of course, if you would like to support me on Patreon, I will leave all that information down below. So let's get into it. I was guided to use this deck this week because we're being asked to tap back into our co-creative abilities. Remember, everybody's life purpose and path has layers to it. And one layer of that is to come here and emulate Creator. If you've gotten a personal reading from me before, you know I've said that. And you're supposed to take all the tools that you've learned over many, many lifetimes and apply them here to create your own little world. Okay? So we have to sort of strengthen that creativity muscle, if you will, by maybe doing creative projects, or if you're in a creative profession or this is just something that you do already, getting back to that and giving that more of your energy. So this is sacral chakra kinds of energy. So this might be a good week for you to do a meditation to either heal that for you if that's what you need, or just to open it up and get it strengthened. All right, so let's get into it. I will also tell you that as I was meditating right before this video, Raziel is a really big presence again. So whenever Raziel shows up, Raziel's all about esoteric wisdom. So you're being asked to really get in shape spiritually so that you can receive the wisdom, the guidance. And this is all about social change. It's coming in already. Here we go. So breaking the conditioning cycles. We've got a card coming out already. Breaking the conditioning cycles and not just allowing whatever you're being told to be taken in as the truth. And this is really going to test you. It starts this week, but it'll probably go into many years from now. But you're really going to start looking at things and going, is that true? I mean, I've been buying that for a really long time. If someone is this, does it mean that? Or if I behave in this way, does it mean this, that, and the other? Okay. One of the examples, I'm telling you, they always prep me for these messages. I was on a video, I was on YouTube this morning, and I was just watching some videos, and there was one that just, if you let it go, it just pops up, another video. And one popped up about, it was the body positivity thing, and how these groups are out there trying to go after people who are trying to feel good about themselves and trying to love themselves, and they're just like trying to come in with those old ideas of, oh, if you're not, this big, then you're ugly or whatever. Beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, yes. But it was just interesting that popped up, because remember what we always say, the more you try to come into the truth of something, the more you try to come into your authenticity, the more likely you're going to have people who come up and they're trying to be contrast souls. So they're coming in to knock you down. And that was just one example where they were talking about the body positivity and these groups that are coming in trying to knock them down, and actually coming up with whole organizations to knock these people down. It was just wild. But that's just one example. And I only use that because that just happened like a few minutes ago. But that's just an example of the more we try to evolve, the more people or certain groups want to knock us down. So if even think about spirituality, the more you come into your spirituality, the more people want to shake their heads and, laugh and whatever. But they're saying the good news about that is those contrast people, those groups, those organizations that want to knock everybody down, they're becoming the minority. So take heart in that. Really use this week to sort of test yourself. And even just be very observant. I guess maybe not test yourself, but be very observant about where change is occurring, and look at how people want to resist that. You do not want to be one of those people. All right? You're here. If you're watching this video, you're one of the ones that's supposed to be bringing light to the world, even if you don't think so just yet. All right. So let's get into it here. We've got January 11th, 2016. Raziel smiling and nodding. I like it. All right, so I said it. I guess I said it correctly. Help affect change. Yes. Now, this isn't being blindly PC either. People go to extremes. they get a little nutty with stuff, or they get overly defensive, and you're like, hey, nobody was even saying anything hateful. What are you doing? So balance. All right. And if you can hear that in the background, that's my heater. I need heat, you know? All right. All right. Very interesting. Okay. So the first card that we had, I gotta kind of tuck this in behind. I don't have my table with me. All right, so the first card we had, let me put these in order, is Writer's Group. And it says, create or join a writer's group to gain inspiration, friendship, and support. So yes, if that literally means something to you, then run with it. But what this is telling me in the context of this whole thing is just whatever you do. I mean, it doesn't have to just be writing. Whatever creative thing that you do, try to get with like-minded people. Yes, they're saying that will amplify the energy. This will help you, help you be inspired just by knowing that you're not alone. You're not alone in your interests. You're not alone in your ideas, this sort of thing. And the reason why I keep pausing, they're showing me the image of a bunch of lights coming together. So a bunch of people coming to the table with what they love to do, right? And their energy kind of affects your energy affects them, you know, vice versa. And there's this amplification, this beautiful bit of light that kind of goes up, this collective light that goes up. So that's cool. I'm hoping, I mean, that's kind of what I was seeing. I was trying to put that into words. But anyway, this is just find your people. Find that support system, no matter what it is. This is also asking you to me, this is, now there's a card in this deck that says journaling, but this also, to me, feels like get your emotions out through writing before you even start your day. So, and I got to do this too, but just maybe journaling, or this could even be that letter writing exercise that people love to do, where you take all your emotions, you get them down, and then you toss it away, right? Just as a cathartic kind of exercise. Okay, very effective. So, from there, whatever gets created this week, have confidence in your creations. And it says, trust in the power of God's creativity, which is being manifested through you. Now, you could be taking on a creative project, but this might just be finding creative solutions in your world. So when you come up with an idea, have confidence, all right? Now, we do have Mercury retrograde, so it might not be the best time to go launching something brand new or whatever. I mean, check your own personal chart to see where it's affecting you. But it's saying don't doubt yourself. The things that are coming forward need to come forward. And for some of you, it's personal. Again, the emotions thing, the getting rid of old emotions is coming up in a big way. So whatever creation you have, pay attention to the subject matter, pay attention to what's coming through you. Let that be cleansed away, and then the road is clear. The road is clear to get going on your ideas, or planning your ideas to sort of prep them for launch maybe at a later time. But do not doubt yourselves, all right? And no over editing yourself either. Over critiquing. I'm a writer, and I do that. I'll sit there and edit, and then I never get anywhere, right? And it's never finished. So don't do that. All right. So the next card we have is helping children. It says part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. But I'm going to take that one step further. You're here to be an example. The younger generation, they are watching us. They are taking in what we're doing. And we have to show them that you can change. We can change the rules. We can not accept what we have always been told. All right? It's okay to love yourself. It's okay to see yourself as beautiful. Even if there are hateful people out there who want to create whole organizations to tear you down. Here's how you be strong. This is what you do in the face of adversity. Be an example. The kids are watching you. And it doesn't matter if you don't have kids. It don't matter, all right? They're watching your every move. And they're saying also energetically, they're picking up, which is the next card is sensitivity. But children around you are picking up on your vibration. So if you do have children and you are worried about things, right? And instead of doing your meditations and clearing your energy and facing each day as a brand new set of possibilities, if you're constantly getting bogged down with negativity, the kids around you pick up on that, and they get angry and they act out. And now there's just stuff flying every which way because especially the younger generations, and us too, everyone is really sensitive. And so they're like sponges, and they're taking in everything. Make sure it's a nice thing that they are taking in, a good example. So the final card we have, before we move on to the color card, is sensitivity. And it says, your sensitive feelings are your muse and inspiration for your creativity. So look at how we're being asked to get in tune with ourselves this week. Like, really get in tune with yourself. Do not worry about what might be popular. Do not worry about, yeah, thank you. They're coming in here and saying, it's your turn to be unique. It's your turn to be unique. Now, if you say, well, I'm not artistic in any way, shape, or form. Okay, well, that's fine. Creativity can express itself in so many different ways. But this is also about feeling if something is not right for you anymore and asking yourself, is that because of old conditioning? You know, what serves me now? Who have I become? That's another big thing. Most of you out there are not the same person that you were even 10 years ago. I know I'm not. I'm certainly not. If I had the same situations pop up now that I had back then, I'd be a lot stronger. So the things that I would have wanted back as the old me are not necessarily going to match what I want now. So this is about introspection, getting to know yourself in this new frequency. And finding a way to express that. You're constantly building and coming into your authenticity. So never take a break on that. And honor that sensitivity and listen to it. This is also a big time. Thank you, Raziel. Raziel's popping in here and saying this is a great time for you to really amp up your intuition. I don't want to use these human terms like, oh, we're going into battle. We are warriors. I mean, we could use that, I suppose. It's not terrible to use those words, but and I don't want to put that kind of human spin on it, but there is work to be done. And we've been asked to help with this work. We've agreed to do it. We've come in being who we are, making the choices that we do. And they're saying, now, if you don't open up and listen to the next step, you're going to end up repeating lessons, or you're just spinning your wheels, you're not moving forward, and you're kind of not helping anything either. So you're not fully doing the work that you agreed to do. By tapping into your intuition, by spending time in quiet meditation, honoring your sensitivity, right? Knowing that the kids are watching you and that we're kind of helping prime the next generation who is coming up. I mean, they're going to have their own wisdom, but we're helping them navigate that wisdom within this world. When you actually tap back into that and listen to the next step, now you're in the right direction and you're not wasting time. Does that make sense? So, as always, stay plugged in. I'm going to get rid of these cards, and get in these cards. And I'm going to put this on the floor. I put that on the floor. Oh, dang, I'm making a mess. I put that on the floor. We have a good time here, do we not? Yes, we do. All right, I feel like I need to clear this deck. And I just knock on the top of it. That's a Doreen Virtue thing. I think I read that in one of her books, and I was like, that works for me. That feels correct. I'm down. All right. So I had some cards popping up, but they're telling me to keep shuffling. Yes, I can talk. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. You give me something to blame all my mistakes on. The card will pop up here in a second. Is that it? Cool? There's two of them. There's three of them. Okay, I'm excited. I didn't mean to yell. Let me get rid of this deck. That's a good time. Okay, so let's start with this first one. Pink, let love in. The number is 4. If you guys don't know me yet, I have to say, besides Christmas and Easter, like, I don't care that much about Halloween, but Valentine's Day, I am such a little geek about Valentine's Day. I got my good lighted hearts behind my head. I don't know if it's going to pick up in the frame, but anyway, I love this kind of stuff. So this is a time to let love in of all kinds. But this has to center first within self-love. And a lot of you need to work on that. I've said this before, when you let so much of your energy flow outside of you, and a lot of us, you're kind of expending that energy, you're not reserving enough for you, but we're also doing that so that in the hope that somehow that love will come back. It doesn't always happen. And you can't always force people to do and to feel the way we want them to, right? So this is you having to depend on you. And the number is 4, like I said. So that's an angel number. Yeah, so take that frequency in, that color frequency. It's very healing. It really is. So work with Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel will help you to tune into your self-love. Okay, so they're wanting me to do this one next. Azir is the next card. Protect yourself. The number is 36. Protect yourself from negative thinking. Thank you. I almost feel like this is like, I shouldn't use this term, but like the gang of light workers coming up again. It's like West Side Story or something. We're going to be snapping our fingers and dancing in the streets or something, having a dance off. And that's our way of fighting. But coming up against the people who are really stuck in the old way of doing things. And if I may be frank, the shallow people who are not awakened. And they're so, which is fine if you're not awakened, but they're not awakened and they're trying to make trouble for people. Right? So this is saying protect yourself from those ideas that they are trying to still feed out into the media. Or, you know, honestly, in this day and age of social media, you got these, if I may, these dingbats out there who are on social media and doing like, you know, like hashtag hate everybody kind of thing. Protect yourself from that. Do not even give in to that. And I have a problem with this too, where I want to, because I have a warrior soul, I always want to come out. And that's part of my purpose, is to set an example and be like, no. But they're saying this coming week, if you're like that too, this coming week is not the right time to do that. Okay, so it's kind of like stand down time. Okay, sorry, they weren't done yet. So you're protecting yourself from that negativity and also not giving into it. And they're saying just wipe it away if it should occur. So it's almost like you need quiet time. It's almost like you're in the classroom doing your studies, and that's what you need to focus on. And if there's any distraction or anybody's trying to pull you off path, you have to just sort of shut it down and get back to your studies. Does that make sense? All right, so the final card we have is Rainbow, which I love this card so much. Connect to spirit and nature, and the card is 1. Get back to 1, and 1 is you. So tuning back into your own frequency. This to me is also detoxification, but look at the rainbow on there. We're working towards enlightenment. We're working towards our rainbow body, that higher consciousness. That is what you need to be focused on this week, not whatever anybody else is trying to make you believe or how they're trying to make you feel. Stay in your positive energy. Stay in the love. Okay, guys? So there it is. Have a beautiful week. And of course, I am sending you so much love. Take care.